everyone, this is Tara Furiani.
And I'm Justin Boggs.
And you're hanging out with Not the HR Lady,
a web series about all things people.
No BS. Look, HR is not a four-letter word.
And this is not the HR Lady.
No, it's not.
No. No BS here.
No BS zone. Hey.
Hey. How are you? Right? What can you say to that?
That's the only answer. It's like really big eyes. Like, I don't know.
That's what everybody is feeling right now.
Yeah. I feel like, if I'm honest, it's a little anticlimactic right now, at least where we are, right? I'm not New York, but like for the rest of us, it's a little anticlimactic, I would say, for at least everybody I know. I don't know anybody who's like directly affected, and I'm super sad for everybody that is, but like, it's like the boring part of any kind of like end of world movie, like Independence Day. You know, when Randy Quaid shows up and then you meet his children in the trailer, and then all of a sudden, like, his daughter is the guy she's with or in a truck, and like he's trying to like bone her.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to. Do you want to die a virgin?
This is how you want to go out?
Do you want to die a virgin? Like, it's fine. You can leave it. It's good character development, plot forwarding. I don't know. It's just not necessary. And I feel like that's what life is like right now. Can we
that's what it kind of feels like.
We just fast forward to the alien attack. Like, let's get the show on the road so we can get forward and you know, create a whatever different America we're going to live in now. I don't know.
So if this is Independence Day, then Cuomo is Bill Pullman. I'm sorry.
For sure.
Like, for sure. He's the one, you know, that's during these pivotal times, you know, he's delivering that strong message to New York and to America as well.
No, it's to America. Like we are nowhere near New York City. We live in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that I'm watching updates from
the New York governor.
The New York governor who's directing America. I actually saw Cuomo for president today trending on Twitter.
I am totally in for that. Like, if he decided that he was going to run, I'd probably vote.
I might write him in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I digress, though.
We got a lot to talk about.
We do. And this is a brand new show. And guess what? We are supposed to be lounging poolside in a cabana at the Cosmopolitan at the Marquis Day Club at HR Transform with 1,000 of our closest colleagues, friends, and industry professionals. And we are not because of this pandemic, but the show must go on.
It must go on. We still have a job to do.
Absolutely. And HR Transform very graciously wanted to sponsor our inaugural show of Not the HR Lady. So we're super grateful. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
We can't wait to hang out with you when the conference is rescheduled, and we certainly hope everybody else will too. I am Tara Furiani. I have been in the people space for almost 20 years in a lot of different roles, and most recently as the chief people officer for the Alamo Drafthouse Cinemas. And all of its affiliated companies too, Mondo, Neon Films, and all that good stuff.
They have a lot of affiliated companies.
They do. To learn more, though, because I want to get into some good stuff and introduce Justin, connect with me on LinkedIn at Not the HR Lady.
And I'm Justin Boggs. I'm a chef. I'm a musician, a consultant, and also the sound and video engineer for this very show.
You're killing it.
Thanks. I've been doing this for about 15 years now. No signs of it slowing up. So, You can also connect with me at Not the HR Guy.
Yeah, on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn.
Awesome. So, we are going through some crazy shit right now.
Crazy shit.
Do you feel like you're Jack Nicholson from The Shining yet? I mean...
No, I'm just kidding. We
have 7 kids and we're stuck in quarantine. It's got to be a little crazy. And I bet a lot of people are in the same situation as we are. And there has been a new stimulus that has passed today.
Yes.
It's been signed. Many people have heard about it, but a lot of people don't understand what it means for them. Will you walk us through it in layman's terms and help us understand what it means for us? Like, what's in it for me?
Okay. Let's go into this. So I just wanted to say that it's been updated that there has been 4 million people so far that have filed for unemployment.
Wow.
And I say that because there is a part of this that has to deal with that.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people
already. That's a huge
that
number.
That number's just going to keep going up.
Yeah, it is.
I wanted to break this down in the parts that I think people would kind of understand and that would impact them the most.
Okay.
Direct cash payments.
Yes. Money.
So if you have made up to $75,000, you will receive a $1,200 check. Now, this is based off of the 2018 and or 2019 tax return. That's how they're going to get their information.
So if you filed your 2019 return, it's based on that.
Yes.
If you have not done that yet, it is based on your 2018 return. Okay.
Absolutely.
And you would have had to have made $75,000 or less on your adjusted gross income.
Yes.
And that's your AGI line. That's after all your deductions,
That's
charitable
after all of that
contributions,
stuff. Money that
kids.
you actually took home.
Okay.
You will receive that $1,200 check. And if you are filing jointly with a couple, I think the number is like $150,000 is what you would
If
have
you're
to make.
filing married
As
a jointly.
a joint couple, then you receive $2,400. If you qualify for any of those and you have children, you will receive a $500 check as well for each child that you have.
That you claimed on those tax returns.
Claimed on those tax returns. Now, I hope that you already have something set up with the IRS that is a direct deposit. Because if you do, then they will just drop it into that.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
As opposed to sending a paper check to the last known address.
Okay.
Now, if you made $80,000, don't panic because the cap goes up to $99,000 for an individual.
Okay.
And $198,000 for couples.
For married couples. Filing jointly.
Right. Now, you won't receive a full $1,200 check or $2,400 check. That number will start to come down depending on how much you make or how close you are to that cap.
Okay.
So at least it's something.
Okay, so what if you make more than that, but you have a bunch of kids, like me?
They don't care.
You don't get anything?
No.
Okay, so, I mean, I'm really excited. So let me just start by, I'm really excited, not so much for this. I'm really excited about the unemployment benefits, and we'll talk about that in a second. But, this is really misguided, in my opinion. And I don't know what those conversations were like. However, I know that there are plenty of smart women and smart people who were fighting this fight to get all the things that were attained. I guess I just really struggle with why you would use your 2018 or 2019 tax return to decide who gets these payments. Like, to me, there's a lot of people unemployed, 3-point-something million, but our workforce is a much larger number than that across the U.S. And a lot of people are still employed. I'm going to argue, and I know this might be an unpopular opinion, I am fully in support of the $2 an hour raises that were given at grocery stores. And a lot of these folks, I don't know what they're doing for healthcare. You're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm hoping they're taking care of their people, but I'm going to assume they are and move forward and say it just stresses me out a little bit because if you filed tax return, you get the $1,200 whether or not this has affected you or not. Like, if you still have a job and your income hasn't been affected, well, why do you get $1,200? Like, you should you should think about that and redesign the bill according to like unemployment. Unemployment claims seems much more reasonable.
If I had to guess, I would say unemployment websites are already crashing.
Yeah, and they're state run, right? And
they would have to restructure all their servers and all of that stuff if everybody was to go through that.
Well, and unemployment comes out of the state budget too, I think. And so they're giving a federal stimulus check.
Yes.
So you'd have to funnel the money through the states first, and I guess it just. To me, it's like, why would you? There
should be a better way.
Absolutely. Because if you're, let's say we're a single couple who cohabitate together, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, and we're single, and both of us make $70,000 a year, but both of us are still employed. We're both software developers, let's say, and we're entry level. We just started. We're still employed, and they need us now more than ever. And we're just going to get an extra $2,400 from the government to help us during this time, but we really don't need help during this time. So I don't know. It's flawed, but I guess I'm happy. It's just flawed because there's a lot of people who need it.
Yeah.
Now, and they're just because you make over $100,000 a year, over $75,000, it doesn't mean you're wealthy. People have children. People live in high rent areas, high, cost of living areas. That money doesn't go as far as it does in places that are, more rural.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tad unfair, if I'm being honest.
I think so too.
Like every American, the president himself got on the television and talked about how he wants to reopen half the country that's not even affected. Well, I assume those people are still getting a check, though.
Probably.
So why?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I wish there was a better answer. I really do.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. That it just disheartening, in my opinion.
So for those unemployed, this bill would increase the maximum state unemployment benefit by $600 per week for up to 4 months.
Is fucking great.
Right. So if you make $400 a week, you're going to get $1,000.
Right.
It doesn't increase to $600. It increases $600.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't become $600.
No, it's an extra $600 on
$600.
top of it.
That's awesome.
So that's really good. And these benefits also get extended to people who typically don't get it, like gig economy workers, furloughed employees, and freelancers.
Like Uber drivers, Lyft drivers.
Yeah.
The Amazon Prime delivery people, like those sort of independent contractors.
Most of those
Hairstylists, 1099 type people. Okay.
I think
awesome.
I'm glad that that's in the bill. That affects a lot of people.
Great. That is where I think they should spend the money. I don't know why every American taxpayer needs $1,200, if I'm honest.
Right. Now, there's a lot in this
I digress.
bill. The small business support, roughly $350 billion would go towards loans for small businesses. Now, companies fewer than 500 employees could be eligible for up to $10 million in forgivable small business loans. Now, we know that Trump has said that it's not going to be forgiven. They're going to be expecting that money back.
Yeah.
What it says in the bill is that it's up to $10 million in forgivable small business loans to allow them to keep paying their employees.
Okay. Well,
So
that's great.
I don't know what he's thinking, but literally what Steve Mnuchin and what this bill says is that there will be some forgivable loans.
Okay.
It's a stimulus bill.
Okay. I think that's great.
Yeah. Now, the assistance for corporate companies, they're getting $500 billion.
Okay. Wow. That's a big number.
That's a lot of money.
That's like the corporations, the big guys.
The corporations, the airlines, anybody that's only been hurt by this. Now, as part of the agreement, this bill does not allow people that are elected officials, their families, and head executive departments from receiving these loans if they own any of these businesses.
That's great. I can't believe that's not a thing already. Like,
we've ran into problems like this before.
I think I recall.
Like Halliburton and companies like that.
Others.
So let's not do a deja vu with this. I'm glad that they've put that in there.
I mean, I'm glad they put it in there, but like, what? I mean, why is that not a thing? Like, you can't be a lawmaker and then also benefit from the laws you're making. That's insanity.
Exactly.
That's unfair.
For that reason, what they have done is they've put in a 5-person congressional oversight committee.
Okay.
With an inspector general.
Bipartisan, I hope.
Bipartisan, hopefully. And then that oversight board is going to be responsible for selecting and confirming payments to companies.
Okay.
So hopefully...
Well, I mean, that gives it some...
Yeah. Yeah. Now, this bill also gives $100 billion in assistance to hospitals.
Okay.
Just hospitals.
Not the hospital workers.
That's not the government of that state or anything like that. It's just the hospital, which is not a lot.
No.
I mean, one hospital in New York right now needs $1 billion just for the equipment and everything that they're struggling with right now.
Just one in New York.
Yeah. So imagine all of the hospitals across the United States that are getting bombarded right now. It's insane. But there is some additional funding with the Public Health Fund that would provide money for the CDC and public transportation agencies, food stamps, and child care and other health care related problems. I'm just hoping when this is over, companies don't try and bring people back in at like bottom dollar, because people are going to be needing jobs.
I tell you what, we're going to get to the talent tarot here in just a minute. And I think that might exactly be what's going to happen. And I hate to predict that, so I have some thoughts. But first.
So I want to ask you, what, if any, blowback do you think this stimulus package is going to have on our future? Leave us your thoughts in the comment section and tag us at Not the HR Lady. I think we're going to get some really good feedback from this. I think people are going to have a lot to say.
I think you're right. I think there's going to be a lot of opinions, for sure. For sure. So I mentioned earlier in the show that we were supposed to be at HR Transform. Mm-hmm. Instead, we're going to share our no BS approach a little later in the year when we get together in person, I hope, cross fingers, at the next HR Transform.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Take a look at this awesome event and join us later in the year. Change is hitting the corporate workplace at an unprecedented pace. Is your organization ready for the future? HR Transform brings together the world's most prominent HR executives and the innovators creating the future of work. Meet the leaders who are not only thinking about the changes ahead, but actually laying the groundwork for that future today. Become an insider and join us as soon as it's safe. Visit www.transform.us.
That looks really, really awesome. I cannot wait. And I want to thank them again for sponsoring this episode.
Cheers, HR Transform. We can't wait. Can't wait to be with you guys. I would much rather be lounging poolside.
So you have been in this area of business for quite a while.
Yeah.
What are your predictions, your talent tarot?
I have a couple. And I want to share my top two.
Okay.
Because I have to rein myself in. You know, I get really excited. But I think the embracing of virtual work. You know, look, time is the most valuable gift that we have. That's the most beautiful thing you can give somebody is the gift of time. I think we all look back and wish that we had more time doing X, more time with whomever. And I think people are going to demand it. I think this is going to be a huge benefit that while it's been getting some momentum, you know, virtual work, we're really going to be able to prove it with some backup. You know, I was able to do my job just as well, if not better, during this pandemic working from home. I don't want to commute an hour round trip. I don't want your nitro cold brew. I'd rather, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather you pay me a little bit more money. I'd rather you pay me a little bit more money and let me have a better quality of life instead of giving me all these things at the office I don't want.
Yeah.
Now, I know.
Snack bars and all that.
Yeah, like we don't need all of that. And some people do. And there's a workforce and you should find your people and the kind of company that works for you. There's something out there for everybody. But I think what this will really show is that this time that you have, I know for me personally, this time has been amazing. You know, I get to cook breakfast in a non-hurried way because I don't have to jump on a call.
Yeah.
You know, my kids don't have to rush out the door in the morning to go to school. I'm not suggesting I'm going to be like a stay-at-home mom anytime soon or like whatever, but because that's not for me. It might be for some people, but you know, it's beautiful. Like being here at the house and having that flexibility.
So do you feel like that's going to be the push, that next push of workers?
I really think so. I really think people are going to look for more flexibility, more time. They want to travel. I think there'll be a huge spike in travel when this is over. And I know that sounds crazy to say now, but people are like, holy shit. You know, hundreds of thousands of people, because that's what it'll be. I mean, we're at 80-something thousand already in the U.S. Hundreds of thousands, if not more people, are going to be affected by this, infected by this.
Yeah. That's
tens of millions are going to be affected by this. So it's just really something I think that people are going to want more of. I want more time with my kids. I want more time at home. I want to be able to travel and still do the job I can do. And you know that I can do it. So I think there's going to be a lot more pushback because the proof is in the pudding. We're able to do it now. What's the difference later?
Yeah.
I have another one. You hinted on it earlier. And I hate to say this because it sounds like I'm being pessimistic. I'm not. I'm trying to just be a realist. And before I say what it is, I want to give a rally cry to everybody out there who has been furloughed, who's lost their job, who is like, going to be desperate here in a little bit. Don't undervalue yourself when this is all over. You've worked hard for where you are. You've worked hard for the money you've earned and the position you've attained. Don't undervalue yourself because companies are going to want to lowball. I believe that that's exactly what's going to happen, is that wages are going to go down because people who are not as good as you or maybe just as good are going to accept less money because they need it. And look, I get it. I have 7 kids. We've all been there. At least a lot of us have been there, Maybe the people shoving down the moratoriums on salaries haven't been there, but for the rest of us, we have. And we know what it's like to struggle. Don't make yourself struggle any more than you have to. You've reached a certain echelon in your life. Don't undervalue yourself. Don't let companies push wages down.
Yeah.
And the only person who cannot let companies do that is us. And I just, I get...
Have your self-worth.
I get it, but have your self-worth. Know your worth place in this market.
Yeah. That's so true.
People are going to...
I hope it doesn't happen.
I know. I mean, my prediction is that we're going to see a drop in compensation across the board. But honestly, I'm hoping I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too.
I am too.
Speaking of benefits,
yeah.
Since we're all working from home or looking for work from home,
yeah.
We asked our friend and trainer, Taylor Fredericks, to help us make a workout video.
Yeah.
Something that's easy for everyone. So, being physically healthy is also good for your mental psyche as well.
That's right.
Get
your endorphins going.
Yeah, people's mental health tends to kind of dip during these kinds of confined times.
That's exactly right.
So here's a great video that'll kind of keep you going.
Let's check it out.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Just kidding. Of course I saw you there. Because I'm the only one in my house right now. Because I'm in self-quarantine like a good citizen should. Just as you should. And as most of us are stuck at home, wishing we can hit those gyms and get them sexy gains, we obviously can't right now. But hey, I'm going to show you how to get them same voluptuous gains in the comfort of your own home. So let's get to it. Alright guys, today we're going to do some cardio with some legs. Now before we do these workouts, I want you guys to stretch, because if you don't stretch, you might pull something. That's never a good time, so stretch before these workouts. And also, as we're doing these workouts, you start to feel a little tired, start to feel a little worn out. Don't let that get to you. You're a badass and I know you can do it. Now let's rock this out. We're going to start off with some jumping jacks. Now some squat jumps. Now some lunge jumps. Now we're going to do some calf raises. Now we're we're gonna do some squats with some side leg lifts. And now it's time for some mountain climbers. Now for each of those workouts that we did today, I recommend you guys doing those for about 25 to 30 seconds a piece non-stop. And take about a minute to 2 minute break, come back and do it 3 or 4 more times with breaks in between. I guarantee you'll have a cardio like a cheetah and an ass like a god. Thanks for watching.
I'm already tired.
I'm motivated.
Oh, geez. Like, I'm tired just after watching that.
Hey, look, check out Taylor and more videos at notthehrlady.com. We've gotten a bunch of questions on Facebook.
Yeah, surprising. Since we've just started kind of doing this a little bit ago, we've gotten great feedback so far and a lot of questions online that we want to go ahead and take some questions.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you the first one. This is someone who didn't want to be on video but wanted to ask the question anyway. It's Kira from Orange County, and she says, so a question I have is, why can you wear a mask to prevent the spread of the virus, but wearing a mask won't prevent you from catching it?
Okay, so that's a good question. It's going to start with, how does this virus spread?
Okay.
So the virus is spread through like droplets, right? Like when you sneeze
Like snot?
or when you cough.
You're talking about snot, aren't you?
Yeah, like when you cough, the tiny, tiny droplets, that's where that's being transmitted.
Okay.
So if you have a mask, it keeps it contained.
Okay.
Right? But if you cough on your hands and then you put a mask on and then you go touching everything, that doesn't help at all.
Right.
That's how it's transmitted. You need to wash your damn hands.
Wash your damn hands.
Wash your hands, people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point. So,
Yeah.
But as long as you're washing your hands and you're keeping everything clean and you have that mask on and you cough or you sneeze, you're not spreading it that way.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So on the other side, why does it not prevent? So if you have a mask on and you're not infected by it, and you're walking in the grocery store or you're walking down a city sidewalk and there's a rail and you touch that rail and it has been infected by somebody.
Yeah.
And you touch your face or you could be on your clothes, right? And then you go home and you take the mask off and then all of a sudden you're covered and you
Wash
don't even
your hands.
realize it.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's why like you should always wash your hands. If anything, wear gloves before wearing a mask if you don't have it.
Like Howie Mandel's safe. He's like a germaphobe. Have you heard this?
Oh, yeah.
Like he's safe. Like
super
anyone who's like a
germaphobe.
crazy germaphobe right now, like you guys are safe.
Yeah.
Safe.
Bottom line, though, wash your hands.
Wash your damn hands
Wash your damn hands.
with soap.
Yeah. So we got another question from Brandy in San Antonio.
Oh, let's look at it.
Hi, I'm a mom with 5 kids, family of 7. My husband is commission-based only, but his hours have been cut. He only makes money if he sells cars, and at this point, nobody's buying cars. So what options do we have? Are we able to file unemployment? What is happening with commission-based employees at this time?
Okay, so this is a great question.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So there are people who are 100% commission, you know, who work for car dealerships, who do ad
I figured
sales.
they would still have some kind of base salary. But
I think it's like a 100%. It's 100% commission according to her, and they might do like a draw, right? Nevertheless, so to answer the question, if you are a 100% commission person and your hours have been reduced, you could absolutely file for unemployment. There is a lost wages clause, and you're encouraged to do that. So crazy enough, car dealerships are deemed an essential business because many of them have an auto repair facility. So evidently, if it has one of those, they can't actually lay or furlough off people. because
they're
they
not
have
gonna
to
want
stay open,
to.
or they're not going to want to because they're required to kind of like maintain their workforce, but they can reduce hours. So that's a great time to file for that, loss
Yeah.
of some wages through unemployment. So great question. Thanks,
That's
Brandy.
a great question.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Hi, moms. I'm looking at you. Right? Hi. I see you. I'm experiencing like the same thing too. Like we're feeling all the feelings and I get it. So here is Bree. She is from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is a kick-ass mom of 3, a training professional, training leader, really. And she's self-soothing at this time now with 24 hours of wine, which, I mean, I relate. If I'm honest. And lockdown snacks, well, I think slowly losing her mind. So let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Tara texted me today and asked me if I could make a video explaining my techniques on how to find a job while you have a house full of children. And I had to laugh. It was actually more of a very unladylike snort through my wine that I was drinking at the time. Might have been noon. We're living by Vegas standards, 24 hours a day, and it's okay. And I had to explain to her that I had already had 972 Linda Blair moments this morning. Attempted to take a nap because I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning teaching. Got tangled in my sheets and almost knocked my head on the dresser because I was getting up to yell at my child again because she was yelling outside of my bedroom door. And let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah, I have this really great exercise ball chair that I use that really helps, engage the core. And it's what I use when I work from home. I've been a remote employee for the last 3 years. And I almost popped the sucker because whether I want to admit it or not, I've been indulging in all of the coronavirus snacks that I can possibly get my hands on. And I think I'm probably in the pantry more than my children are. So there really hasn't been much job searching today. I will do my best to make sure that I get some sort of semblance around what I'm trying to do in order to find a job. I was recently furloughed, actually Sunday night, which interestingly enough is exactly 1 year to the day that I got laid off, and it took me 8 months to find a job. So not stressing at all. We are going to be transparent. Life is like a breeze. I am the transparent breeze who is going to finish my glass of wine, enjoy it, open another bottle, and try not to tell my children to go play in traffic for the rest of the day.
I wish her all the best in her job hunt. I really do. But my question to you, Bree, what kind of snacks you got? Because I think we're running out of snacks. Because I'm all for that pantry raid.
Me too.
Yeah.
I got some chocolate earlier.
What?
I stashed it. You don't even know.
You
where
hid
is.
it from me?
I did.
Damn.
I know. I really want to know what kind of wine she's drinking because, we're close to out.
Yeah, we're going to need
Sad
to get some
times.
more. Liquor stores are considered essential businesses. So.
Yeah. I'm so happy. America. So, look, we all have a lot of tabs open in our brain. I've been saying this for a lot of years now. It's difficult times we're living in, but the thing that I think is beautiful about this is, I'm getting to experience and share in humor I wouldn't have otherwise gotten to experience. Not having. My daughter has belted out. She's 2, and she's literally belted out.
Let it go.
Oh my God! At the top, and she's tone deaf. It's horrifying.
Oh, it's
great. Adorable. It's the best thing. You can check it out actually on our Facebook page or on Instagram. And my son has burst in here 11 times while we've been filming. Bet you can't find out where Justin cuts it. Because telling me in a very logical way, and he's really deep voiced, as you know, and he's like, Mom, I can't read. He's not even in school yet. He's like a late 5, you know?
Can't read the sign.
I can't read the sign. I know what it says. That was just a sign on your door. I was going to color it. I just want to give you a hug. Like, that's my son. That's exactly what he sounds like. And we get it. You know, everybody's going through something. So find a friend, talk to people, like,
go back to those videos. Go back to workout videos.
Yeah.
You know, some way to kind of
find
relieve.
the joy.
Yeah.
Find the joy.
Find your happy place.
Yeah. I think like a lot of people are like me in this time, and I've been really bad. You can tell everybody, but I can't look away from my phone. And I don't know if it's because I'm used to getting so many emails and I'm used to getting so many phone calls. And now I'm not getting those kinds of emails and those kinds of phone calls. Instead, people I haven't talked to in 20 years are messaging me to see if I'm okay, to see if my family's okay. And it reminded me how connected we really are. These are people I'm Facebook friends with. You know, people on my LinkedIn network. I have made more business connections in a completely inadvertent way over the last several weeks than I ever have since I joined the platform in 2007. And it's kind of awesome, but it's a goddamn shame.
It's strange how it's bringing people together.
Yeah, it's a crisis that's brought us together.
In a way where we're still 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
No matter
That's
what.
social distancing. It's critical. It's really critical. I think, like, I wonder what'll come of this, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I'm really curious what behaviors will change. I am sticking strong with, I think that employees will demand more flexibility because people want time. They don't want kombucha.
No.
I mean, we do, but not at the expense of getting time.
Right.
And
like your time is worth a lot.
Yeah. Like, I just wonder how many of us will continue to prioritize work over family. And I'll be honest, like, right? I can look straight at you and say, I have done that for the better part of my career and I'm not proud of it. And I realize it now. And I'm fine admitting that to everybody. Like, I'm going to post this on LinkedIn and that's fine. I've done that in the past and I wish that I hadn't. And I wonder how many people will emerge from this going, I wish that I hadn't either. I had this epiphany a while ago, as you know, but I think that's something that's really great that comes out of this is that we have or feel more powerful.
Yeah.
You know, like, I understand what's important. And look, work is important. Economy is important. Business is important. I get it. But like, we have an opportunity to shift the way we work, to demand change. This is that moment. This is that opportunity. We are better together, even if together isn't literal.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think we're proving that now every single day.
I think we are too.
And once we get back to being able to socialize with each other, this working from home, this not, you know, this virtualness.
Actually getting out and getting a drink with your friends.
Absolutely. Going to see your favorite band, going to see your favorite movie, you know, hanging out with the people you used to hang out with, going back to work. Like, it'll be great. But for right now, stay home.
And wash your hands.
And stay home. Stay the fuck home. Join us tomorrow for another 15-minute kid break. I think we're going to do hair and makeup and nails. Oh, my.
Wait, what?
No, you're going to love it. It's fine. Trust me. I'm Tara Furiani.
I'm Justin Boggs.
We'll see you next time.
Stay safe.
Wash your hands.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Not the HR Lady.
Engage with us on any social platform at Not the HR Lady and visit our website for more people stuff at notthehrlady.com.
New episodes are out every Wednesday and Friday. We'll see you next time.
Bye.